Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we have the official winner of the 2022 BFL All-American, Mr. Connor Cunningham. This is the third time we've had him on our podcast, but we're very, very excited to talk to Connor. Again, he's the official winner of the 2022 BFL All-American. Took home a $120,000 payday. So unbelievable weight. He didn't even have to weigh in the final day of the tournament, and he was able to take home the victory. So before we get started on this podcast, let's pause for a few seconds for a quick commercial. Are you an outdoor enthusiast that suffers from inflammation, trouble sleeping at night, or anxiety? Do you experience joint discomfort or aches and sorenesses in your back and shoulders that inhibit you from being out in the field or on the water doing what you love to do? Are you also an outdoor enthusiast that's looked into CBD products, but you don't want to swallow a pill? Well, Revital Outdoors has a perfect solution for you with our delicious CBD gummies. We have two flavors in our CBD gummies, including strawberry lemonade, which is a favorite among our pro staff and outdoor enthusiasts. And the new for 2023 is our green apple flavoring. Each bottle contains 30 gummies, which is a 1-month supply. Each gummy comes with 10 milligrams of our premium CBD broad spectrum oil. And then also our gummies are made with sugarcane and organic ingredients. So check them out on our website. See the link right below this video and use the code YouTube20 to save 20% on your first order. Also, don't forget, if you spend $100 or more on our website, you receive 2 days shipping for free. So check them out on our website. Hit that link and start shopping today. With that being said, let's get back to the podcast. All right, thank you for joining us back on this exciting podcast with 2022 BFL All-American champion, Mr. Connor Cunningham. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is very excited to announce we are still taking entries into our $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. In order to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. Make sure you hit it. It just takes a few seconds to get in. Every angler out there is going to want a chance on this one, so it's a $2,500 giveaway. We've got great partners such as Flambeau Outdoors, Costa Del Mar, Seagar Line, the Rod Glove, Strike King Lose, and Tackle Warehouse in on this. But you got to get in. Hit that link. Make sure you get in. That winner will be chosen at the end of the BFL season as well. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and then subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. That way you get notified when all of our podcasts are dropping. So that being said, let's go ahead, bring him in, the man, the 2022 BFL All-American champion. I can't say that enough. It just really kind of rhymes with Connor Cunningham, man.
Thanks, man. That sounds really good.
Yeah, for sure. So, it had a nice rhyme to it. I think we talked about that in the pre-tournament podcast, that Connor Cunningham, BFL All-American champion, kind of had a ring to it. And, man, you were able to put it together. You had that phenomenal day one. You had over 17 pounds, something that a lot of people didn't foresee happening on Lake Hamilton. And then you were able to back it up with 15 pounds on day 2. You didn't even need to weigh in on day 3. You'd already won the tournament, but you did have 12 pounds to bring in. 3 solid limits on Lake Hamilton, especially for this time of year. Walk us through your week, man. Like, how magical was that?
Yeah, that was, man, it was just meant to be. Driving down there, I thought I was going to catch some fish, but nothing like that. They gave us an optional practice day this year. I don't know that they've always done that. So it gave me an extra day to just try some crazy stuff that I normally try at home. And luckily I found something that really worked, that appealed to the bigger fish, and no one else caught on to it or really stuck with it. So I got super fortunate in that aspect. And fortunately for me, it was a technique I'm really comfortable with and do a lot back at home, more so in the fall, but something that I'm pretty comfortable with, especially under that kind of pressure, with having a lead and leading from wire to wire. I'm just really fortunate with something that I really like to do and I'm comfortable with. So that seemed to help out a lot, and just really, really fortunate week for me.
I got you. Well, man, let's talk about it. Were you running one specific area? Did you find a pattern that you were running throughout the Lake Hamilton? Were you catching a lot of keepers? I know you were throwing a big bait. You were throwing a 130 size, a whopper plopper from River to Sea. That's a big bait. It gets big bites. So tell us a little bit of how you broke it down. What were you able to find in practice?
Yeah, so I'll just break it down from the get-go. I got to come down one weekend in April, and I did every piece of research that I could have done on the entire lake. So I learned that the common trend was brush piles, fishing in May and June, July there. So whenever I came down in April, I did nothing but look for brush piles. I didn't even make a cast. So I found probably 250 brush piles, a couple rock piles out off the bank, some really cool stuff out there in that lake. So whenever I came back in May prior to the cutoff, I did nothing but fish all that stuff. So I felt pretty confident in catching 5 of them during the tournament. So then, I think I had 5 or 6 spots that I had not hit come official practice. So my attack then was to go try those spots out, see if I get bit out of them. And then from there, I pretty much had nothing else to do besides just go try some off the wall stuff. And that doesn't always work for me, but this time it happened to work. I figured out one area they were biting that really in. And, the lake's pretty small. So from the 270 bridge down is the area I was keying in on. And I would run and hit 30, 40 spots a day. And after I got my limit, first day was 17 pounds, second day, 15. I would go out and try to fish deep to try to catch a monster or something like that and help my co-anglers out any way I could. But that lake was so small, it was easy to run pretty much the whole entire lake. And fish management definitely played into a big part of that tournament.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I got to ask, though, was there ever a shad spawn going on?
I didn't really see a shad spawn. You'd see fish up schooling. I think the key, what was going on is, everything's kind of behind this year, and I would see fry all over the bank. There'd be balls of fry around every dock, any little piece of brush that was out in the lake. There wasn't a whole lot of that going on, but I feel like other than it really being a shad spawn deal, I'd say it was more of fish protecting the spawn of that year kind of deal. And but yeah, as far as the shad spawn, I'm sure there was. I didn't see any of it. I was really, really shallow on the bank, so I might have missed that. But it seemed like it was, like I said, a fry guarding deal. And luckily, the year is running a little bit late.
I got you. Walk us through that setup that you throw the whopper popper on. I think that's another bait that anglers are kind of confused on what kind of tackle they need to rig it up with. I've seen guys throw really heavy flipping sticks. I've seen guys throw it on a spinning rod of all things, braid, fluorocarbon, mono, all in between. Walk us through your setup. I assume that's how you caught the majority of your fish. So, how'd you have that rigged out?
Yeah, so that's something I've done for a while. It's one of my favorite baits to throw. I love throwing the crocodile buzz bait with a horny toad on it under the right conditions, and other conditions. I love throwing a whopper plopper, and I feel like I've got a really good setup right now. I didn't lose a single fish the whole entire tournament or even in practice. And I'll start with the rod. It's a 7'3" Halo medium heavy rod. I feel like that length is perfect for it. It's 7'3". You can get a long cast out of the rod, but if you need to make a little short pitch cast or whatever, that shorter length allows you to do that. And then you can still handle a fish with that medium heavy. You've got plenty of backbone in the rod with a good tip to make an accurate cast. If you start using a really stiff, heavy flipping stick, it makes it harder to lay that bait in there without a giant splash. And then pair that up with some braided line. I use 65-pound test just because it's always riding above the water anyway, so might as well use the biggest line you can possibly use and still be able to cast it right. And then everyone's wanting to know if I do anything to a whopper plopper, and the only thing I do is they put some super heavy EWG hooks on there, and that's great and all, but sometimes those fish don't inhale the bait all the way, and in that situation I like a round bend. I think I was putting size 1s on there, size 1s and size 2s. And that setup seemed to be really good with and then a high-speed reel. Sometimes they hit you and run straight towards the boat, and you need to be able to catch up with them. And I honestly feel like that's the best possible setup for me.
I got you. So, man, I got to ask, what happens now? I mean, you got a hell of a payday out of the deal. Great trophy. You qualified for the 2022 Toyota Series Championship now on Lake Guntersville there in October. But, what's the future look like for you? I mean, obviously, there's a few things that you're able to do that, you may have had goals with.
Yeah, definitely. You asked me that at the last interview we did here, and I can't believe it's here for one. And I guess I got my sights set on the Toyota Series Championship here in October on Lake Guntersville. I've never been there either, so really looking forward to getting down there. I know there's a bunch of big fish in there, so we've got our sights set on that. And then, of course, next year we'll see what we can do. I for sure will be hopping in the Toyota Series. I just couldn't swing it this year with some scheduling conflicts, but I'll be definitely hopping in those this year and then fishing BFL. So that's the plan for right now. We'll see where it takes us.
I got you. Well, good for you. You seem pretty comfortable with what you're fishing. This is just a monumental tournament that you were able to win. You're forever going to be a BFL All-American champion. You get to stand next to guys like Jeremy Lawyer, Jacob Wheeler, Clark Wentlet. The list goes on of BFL anglers and what they've BFL All-American anglers and what they've accomplished. So very happy for you, Connor. Good luck to the rest of you in 2022. Before we let you go, I know you mentioned it the other day, but you got a great support system behind you. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah. Well, for one, thank you to you for having me back on again. Really excited about the opportunity to be back under these conditions. But yeah, first I got to thank my family. Got to thank God. I left it all to Him this whole entire week, and man, that really worked out good doing that my whole entire year and last year, and as long as I've been fishing. So other than that, I run a Phoenix with a Mercury. At no point was I worried about my equipment at that, on that level. And McAllister Marine, they take really good care of me throughout the year. My buddy I travel with had some equipment issues, and he actually drove back to Springfield, and they got him in and out, really took care of him. And then Halo rods, like I said, I feel like that rod was a perfect one for the bait I was throwing, and didn't lose a single fish the entire event. It's a good lightweight rod, super strong. And then, of course, Crocagator. It didn't work out this time to catch him on that buzz bait, but I can tell you right now, back at home, the lakes are all flooded, and I'm ready to throw it this week. And we got a tournament Sunday, and I promise you that thing will be tied on. So
there's been a few fish caught on Lake Table Rock with a buzz bait.
Oh, for sure. So yeah, anytime the lake's high and the fish can bury up that head knocker buzz bait, I like the X bite just because I can put a horny toad on it. There'll be some fish caught on it this weekend, hopefully. So.
Absolutely. So, well, for all the listeners out there, we've been talking to Mr. Connor Cunningham, the 2022 BFL All-American champion, a Missouri angler. Really excited for him. Really excited to see him fish the 2022 Toyota Series Championship. Again, that's on Lake Guntersville coming up in October. Before we let everybody go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you've been watching the rotating banner below. Make sure you hit that link to get into the $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. Again, no angler is going to want to miss on that. And if you're an angler out there and you are experiencing some inflammation, some trouble sleeping at night, you got aches and sorenesses, you've looked into CBD, but you're not really sure where to start, check out our website, revitaloutdoors.com. Use that code YouTube20, save 20% off your order. We got great products. Don't forget, we're THC free, made right here in America. You're never going to fail a drug test. So check them out on our website. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, thank you for tuning in to another awesome podcast. Be safe out there, everyone. God bless. We'll see everyone very soon.